right. I got Tori here with us today from Therm-A-Rest. He's going to go over some key sleeping pads that they offer and share some information with you guys.
Cool, so we get a ton of questions on the NeoAir products for a multitude of reasons. It's by far our most complex mattress that we've ever made. Really the benefits, they speak for themselves when you start talking about the warmth to weight ratio. Incredibly lightweight mattresses for being really warm for what you're seeing. So really the big secret, or not really a secret, but the big key to our success here is something that we call the triangle core matrix. So essentially, if we were to cut one of these mattresses open, what you would see is triangle baffles. You'll see inverted as well as right side up triangles. And the idea here is as soon as you apply pressure to both sides, you're getting a really, really stable platform. So for anybody that's ever laid on one of these mattresses, you feel like you're being cradled really nice and well. So big thing that we always get questions on is what mattress is for who? What kind of customer are we looking at here? So when we're talking the three different styles that you'll see on goHUNT.com, the UberLite, the XLite, as well as the XTherm. The UberLite is really for that customer that they're counting their ounces. They're going the lightest weight possible, so typically somebody carrying titanium cookware, lighter weight options. So when we do look at the UberLite, this is what we would call a little bit more of our summer style pad. This is going to boast a 2.3 R value, so really great for that summer season. In the materials that go into this mattress, we have a 2 denier inner layer and then a 5 denier outer layer. What that's going to translate into is it's just very, very lightweight fabrics. That being said, when you do lay on top of the mattress, you'll feel the stability. You will start to feel that cold ground if you are getting into some colder temperatures. The UberLite is designed for that hunter that's out there that's just looking for a lightweight option. What you see here is the regular size. For us, our regular size is going to be 22 inches wide and 72 inches long. So if you're 6 foot tall, this is going to be a perfect option for you. If you want to have something even lighter weight, we offer this in a small, a regular, or we go larger into the large. So all the NeoAir products, they do have 2.5 inches of thickness. So they're all going to be the same thickness. Now where the R value is going to be different as we transition from the UberLite into the NeoAir XLite, one, we're going to have a heavier material on the outside. So the benefit of that is one, it leads to more durability. Maybe we're sleeping on a ground cloth, or we're not necessarily sleeping inside of a tent or something that's going to be protecting my mattress as much. It's nicer to have a little bit of a heavier duty material. We also jumped up to a 4.2 R value. Now for us, that's really going into now the 3 season option. So this is great for spring, summer, but also going into that fall, winter application. Pretty phenomenal product for that. We do increase the weight from that 8.8 ounce UberLite up to a 12 ounce material here. One of the biggest benefits with the warmth on the NeoAir XLite definitely is going to be the thermocapture layer inside. So when we start talking about thermocapture, if you think of that Mylar space blanket material that you have in your first aid kit, it's essentially the same idea. On the NeoAir XLite, we're actually going to have multiple layers inside, including that triangle core matrix. But the idea is the warm air from your body is going to bounce back up to you, and it's actually going to keep the cold air on the bottom half of the mattress down at the ground level. So it gives us a lot more of a thermal characteristic with this mattress.
I used this one in Wyoming last year for elk. I think the lowest I got was low 20s, and I had a 0 degree bag, sleeping in a bivvy, and I was warm. I never felt cold ground. And I also, for me, when I'm using this, I don't like it fully pumped up. I like having it so I kind of cradle in it, so I don't feel like I'm gonna roll off one side or the other. So it's been good. 12 ounces is pretty dang good for a sleeping pad. So
totally.
I've used it for a couple years now. It's been awesome.
So as we transition into our really next application, for somebody that's just looking for really the most aggressive construction, so something that has that puncture resistance above and beyond, we go into the XTherm. Really what it's best known for is it is our warmest mattress within this category. So we're jumping all the way up to a 6.9 R value. So this is our cold weather mattress. For a lot of folks, if you are out there cowboy camping or you're not necessarily sleeping in a tent, Really great option with a heavier denier fabric on the base to protect this mattress. But now we're boasting 4 layers of that thermocapture layer material inside. So we're getting much more of that heat being trapped inside of the mattress. It's preventing the cold air from coming up from the ground and penetrating into the mattress. So for Therm-A-Rest, instead of putting temperature ratings on all of our mattresses, we use our value to actually show the resistance value inside the mattress. And what that's going to show is basically how much heat is being lost from your body into the mattress to the cold ground down below. It's really hard to put a temperature rating on that because some people sleep warmer than others. So if somebody prefers something that it's not going to be at quite as warm, you can absolutely use a NeoAir XLite in the wintertime. It really is dependent on, one, your sleep system, but also your own personal preference. So when talking about R values on these mattresses, all of our mattresses are tested to a standard called the ASTM International Standard. The way that test is done is a cold plate will come up from the bottom, a warm plate comes in through the top, and what they're doing is they're measuring basically how much energy it takes to keep that mattress at basically the same temperature. So when you are shopping for sleeping bags, it's really important to note if you do have a sleeping bag that is rated by ISO, when we start talking about a 20-degree bag or a 0-degree bag, if that bag has a 20-degree ISO rating, it's being tested on a mattress with a 4.9 R value. Very important to note, if I'm going with the NeoAir UberLite and I have a 0-degree bag, it's not going to perform truly like that 0-degree bag. Cool. So a brand new update in 2020 for those of you that have had Therm-A-Rest but maybe not seen one in a while. We completely redesigned our valves. So this came from a need from lots of feedback that we've received that the valves, they're slow, they're difficult to let air out, put them in. So first and foremost, we wanted to come out with something that was larger. We took a look at a lot of the competitive landscape as well, and we saw that it was really important that we kept our original valve design. Having this style twist-on valve, the biggest benefits of it is it's very easy to maintain. So if something breaks in the field, you can pop into a local retailer, actually purchase a replacement valve and pop it right back in. So no need to send it back to Therm-A-Rest. You could do it right then and there in the field. Now with the new valve design, in order to keep things a lot easier on the end consumer, is we wanted to make something that was super easy to inflate, super fast and simple to deflate. So with the new wing lock valve, put instructions directly onto the mattress on how to use it, but it's pretty dang straightforward. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let a little bit of air out of the valve. Now once I close this up, the valve hasn't been closed completely, it's still open, but really important to note that we're offering a one-way valve now. Before, when you would inflate a Therm-A-Rest mattress, as you would blow into it, you get that blowback effect. You'd almost have to continue to push on it while you try and close it in your mouth. So we wanted to have a new option where you can blow directly in and not worry about the air coming back out. So the new one-way valve allows me to just blow directly into it, kind of take my time, get the mattress to the correct setting that I want, and then I could go ahead and close it up and I'm ready to go. So before I close it up, what I do typically is lay on the mattress. If it's a little bit too firm to my liking, the benefit of the wings on the valve is I could twist them just barely and it'll let a slight amount of air out. It's not gonna dump too much where I have to get up and blow back into it. So even while I'm laying on the mattress, I could reach back over my head, let the tiniest little blast out until I'm nice and comfortable. Then once I'm ready to go, I'm gonna close up all the way. When it's time to actually pack up camp, I'm gonna open up the valve, I'm gonna twist those wings, open up the valve, and then I'll roll from the top down. You can see right off the bat, it's much faster than it has been in the past. It's already deflating on its own, where 3 or 4 years ago, I'd probably have to sit here and try and, roll around on this thing to get all that air out. So much more efficient. When it does come to actually rolling it down, what we recommend is just starting at the very bottom. And as you roll, go ahead and let all that air escape. Okay, and once I've gotten all the air out of the mattress, we'll go ahead and lay this back out. If I'm really trying to focus on keeping the mattress nice and neat, getting it back into that original tri-fold configuration, at this point what we would recommend is you want to take the stuff sack that comes with the mattress. If you brought this with you, the pump sack is going to lay flat. From here, I'm going to go ahead and fold over once and twice. And the goal here is to line up all the edges. If you do that, once I roll it up, I'm going to be able to fit it right into the stuff sack, no problem. So as I roll up to my mattress, if you do bring that included pump sack along with you, what's really nice about this is it's going to take care of a lot of the effort of physically blowing into the mattress. So what's nice about utilizing pump sack, when I come up to my valve, I want to make sure that the wing is closed. Make sure that that valve is all the way open. So if it was closed, open up, and I'm just going to go ahead and snap this into place. The nice thing about the snap closure is there's nothing you need to line up. You just merely clip it in. Now we recommend that when you blow into this pump sack, you don't want to put your head directly into the bag. If you blow with about 6 inches away from the opening, it's going to inflate the bag all the way. From here, I'm going to roll the top to get a really nice good seal. Ideally, if I'm on the ground, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put the bag on the ground, push directly down. One thing that we don't recommend is when I blow into this, if you pick this up and hug it like we see a lot, it could potentially pop right off. So make sure every time you blow into the bag, push it straight down.
Pro tip.
Yeah, and don't do it on a slippery tabletop. So really, as you can see here, I'm not breaking any records. We're not off to the races by any means, but I can still have a conversation with you while I'm blowing this up. I'm not ready to pass out. All right, and then right here, once we get to the end, I'm gonna go ahead and manually blow it up if I wanna add any extra air. This actually feels pretty good to my comfort level, so I'm gonna close that off, toss my bag on.
All right, so that's the Therm-A-Rest pads. Thank you, Tori, for showing us all that information, sharing with us. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of good content coming out all the time. Thanks for watching.